Hi, my name's Nicole, and I am a gig worker in Clearwater, Florida. And I want to discuss about an order that I received last week. It was Thursday or Friday. And I was on an Uber Eats order, and then I had another Uber Eats order come through. And you know how it is, you're trying to drive and not take your eyes off the road, and you just glance over. It was a CVS, $11 and some change, and the crossroads were relatively close to me. So I guess it looked like a good order. So I dropped off the Joe's Crab Shack and I followed in-app instructions, and I'm driving a couple miles down the road, and I do, I'm not finding this where I'm supposed to turn off, and it told me to do a U-turn, and I did the U-turn and drove a couple miles back the other way, and again, I'm not able to find this crossroads. And then I happened to glance up at the phone and noticed that the address had changed. It's no longer in Clearwater. It's in Lake Worth, Florida. Lake Worth, Florida is on the other side of the state. It is 4 hours away from me. I live on the east coast of Florida. I live on the west coast of Florida. This is on the east coast of Florida. And I try to get a hold of Uber support, and nobody answers. I can't get a hold of a live agent. I come into the automated system, and it's like, in your own words, please explain why you want to talk to someone. And I said, can't find store, and it says, well, call the store to get the directions. I'm like, I'm yelling at this thing saying, wrong city. And again, I can't get a hold of a live agent. So out of my frustration, I just unassigned the order. And then I went to my parking spot, and I called Uber support, got a live agent, and explained to her what happened. And she's like, well, we offered you heavy pay because of the distance. I said, you offered me $11, and this order is 4 hours away. I am not going to drive 4 hours for $11. Nobody is. And I said, I would like to be compensated for you sending me on a wild goose chase for a store that's not in my area. She goes, well, we can't do it per policy because you never arrived at the restaurant. I said, well, CVS isn't a restaurant. It is a drugstore, and that I would show up there because it's not in my area. You assign me an order for my area. And she's like, well, we can't do anything because of policy. I said, have you even seen the state of Florida? I said, do you see where Tampa is? You see the little hangy thing off the side of Tampa? That's where I live. I am on the West Coast. And you want me to drive all the way over to the East Coast for $11. And she just said, per policy, we can't do anything. So I asked to speak to a supervisor. The supervisor, we discussed it, and she agreed that I shouldn't have got the order to begin with. And she was writing up a note to send to tech support to try to solve the issue of why did somebody in Clearwater, Florida get an order that is clearly 4 hours away. And she did compensate me $20 for my time and gas. So the moral of the story is, I guess, pay attention to where you're going, and get used to the fact that sometimes the addresses can change. And if you're going to call support, stick with it. Hopefully you get compensated, because the first person I spoke with didn't want to do anything for me. But the supervisor did. So hopefully everybody has a great day, and it makes a lot of money. And I might see you on the next one.